What's up, everybody? I'm here with my guy J.Will. Today we are going to be blind ranking Eastern Conference playoff teams. My guy, are you ready?
Let's do it, my guy.
All right, just everyone's on the same page. There are 4 tiers: conference finals, conference semis, the first round, and the play-in. J.Will, you
Okay.
have 2 slots in the conference finals, 2
Ooh,
slots for the play-in, 3 slots for the semis and the first round. Once your slots are full, I will let you know. First team up,
okay.
the Chicago Bulls.
Oh, Lord, the Chicago Bulls, really? Like, nobody is sold on the Chicago Bulls. Like, okay, if we're being honest, like they're not a playoff team. They may make it to the play-in. I think that should be their goal to make it to the play-in because that is a successful season, and that's all that works this year. So, if they get to the play-in, tap on the shoulder.
Next team up, Orlando Magic.
Play-in as well.
Okay.
Nobody's sold on Orlando. Like when we talk about playoffs, I need to have options. I need guys that can score. I need 3 guys that can at least give me 20 at least. I don't know if they have 2 guys. So I'm not sold on Orlando playing. Once again, if they make it, tap on the shoulder. So not sold.
Atlanta Hawks.
Ooh. I'd say their ceiling is the first round because you do have Trey Young, and Trey Young does show up. And if, somehow the Hawks can meet the Knicks in the first round, that could be a series. So that could go 6 or 7 games. I believe it because Trey Young always has the Knicks number, and he always shows up in the Garden. So if you get that, we might have a series. But for them, first round for sure.
And then the last playing team right now is the Miami Heat. Where would you say their ceiling is?
Stay home. Stay home. Stay home. Like the Miami Heat. Okay, you just got rid of Jimmy. I'm not really a fan of Bam. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not really sold on Bam. Like I think he can. I think he can do a little bit more. He's not a number one, or I don't even think he's a number 2 option. Honestly, if I'm being honest. So I think the Miami Heat should stay home, get ready for the draft, and try again next year.
All right. Now we're going on to the Pistons.
Okay. Ooh. So I already said first round for the Hawks.
So you have 2
The
spots
ceiling.
left in the first round for the Hawks.
Okay. So I'm gonna go. You said for the Pistons. They're a young team. They're going to make the playoffs, which is a success because we know last year, like they could barely get wins. Like they were literally the laughing stock on Instagram. Like, oh, well, the Pistons win. Now this year they're doing better. So I think this year for them, make it to the first round, and that's it because you have a young team. So allow them to get a sense of playoff experience, see what it takes to make it to the playoffs, and regroup for next year. So first round for them.
Well, Indiana.
Indiana, they're tricky because I think their ceiling, they're at best a second round because they play together and they understand playoff basketball. I think last year, they took a step up with Halliburton. He was able to get experience from the playoffs. That's very important. When you have Halliburton that's confident, he just came off of the Olympics. Granted, he didn't play, but he was able to be around winning basketball and learn from the greats. So I think he takes that for his own team now and is able to establish a culture for the Pacers. So for sure, second year, second playoff run for them.
New York Knicks.
Uh, New York Knicks. I'm not sold because I don't trust in Jalen Brunson. No, I trust Jalen Brunson. I don't trust Cat. That's the problem. I don't know if he's going to make enough shots when it counts. We know he's 7 feet, right? In the playoffs, like the game gets tight. The game slows down. When shots aren't being made, what are you going to do, Cat? Because you like to sit in the corner all day and shoot threes like you're Steph Curry. You're not going to win like that. So I like Jalen Brunson, but I don't think he's enough. And also Tom Thibodeau, he's playing all these guys 48 minutes, 41 minutes. It's we can't do that. They're gonna get fatigued, and I think they don't have enough. So I'm gonna say at best second round.
About the Bucks.
Oh, the Bucks. You have a Giannis. You have a Dame Lillard. People arguably say like Giannis could possibly be the best power forward ever to play the game. Damian Lillard is a star when healthy. You have experience on that roster. I'm gonna say it again. You have Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like when healthy, I don't think people realize when healthy, he's at least top five. It's crazy because he can do everything. He can defend. He's still young. You know, he can get to the basket whenever. With a team like that, with a player like that, oh, for sure. Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay. There's only two teams left.
Talk to me.
Next one is the Cavs.
Ooh. And I have one more slot for my second. My second.
You have one
round,
slot
right?
in the conference finals. You have one slot in the semis. And technically, since you said Miami can stay home, you have one slot for the first round also.
I'd say for them is semis.
Okay.
I think they're a good team. They started off very strong. I think they started at 15-0, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I like their roster, but I don't. I'm still very hesitant on it because they're so young. And when you're young into the playoffs, you don't know what to expect. And like I said again, like the pressure is different in the playoffs. You know, you have a guy Donovan Mitchell, cool. He's amazing, but is he a number one option? No. When it comes to the playoffs, so regular season, yes, there's a difference. But in the playoffs, semis,
Okay.
semis.
And then last team, certainly not least, Boston Celtics.
Wow. I mean, the champs from last year. You have Jason Tatum, who's a star. You have Jalen Brown, who has something to prove again because number one, he got the MVP, but why wasn't he at the Olympics? That's the question. And I think that motivated him to even put in more work. With the Celtics, you still have a great roster, Derek White. I think you last week you had two guys that get 41 and 48. You know, you have Al Horford who's still hungry. At admission, you have a Drew Holiday who's still amazing on both ends of the floor. So you have a complete roster. And then you have Porzingis. I know he's hurt right now, but he's gonna get back at some point. So you have an amazing roster like that with two monsters in Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. Eastern Conference Finals for sure.